you mute your Zoom. Okay, hi, good morning, everyone. Welcome to DUE 50032 Communicative English 3 job interview presentation. So for this morning, I have a number of 33 students with me who are going to present and talk about job interviews. And to all the job seekers out there, this is a great platform for you to know and understand what it means to prepare yourself to face the job interview. So we have many topics that will be presented today, from the do's and don'ts of a job interview to what are the things to do before job interview, during job interview, after job interview, and the questions and answers to prepare you for job interviews. So all these students are from Polytechnic Sultan Salahuddin Abdul Aziz Shah in the capital of Selangor, one of the state in Malaysia, and Shah Alam, and they are all marketing students. So without further ado, let us now invite the first group to present on the do's and don'ts of job interview. So with that, let me just introduce them. The first group would be presented by Maisara, Shariman, Shahmi, Alisa Sabrina, Nur Hidayah, Muhammad Amir, Nur Amalin. And these students will guide you on what to do and what not to do for job interview. So over to you, group one.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to everyone. Today our group will present about do's and don'ts of job interview. First of all, what is job interview? Job interview is an interview consisting of a conversation between a job applicant and a representative of an employer, which is conducted to assess whether the applicant should be hired. So, what can we do and don't of job interview? Firstly, talk in front of mirror beforehand. This is because to prepare yourself to speak clearly and confident in front of interviewer, because it is very important that you speak clearly and articulate your ideas so people can understand without filler words as a distraction.
Okay, for the second one, is the research about the company. Research about the company is something that you do before you go for the interview. Researching about the your future employer beforehand will allow you to learn what you gonna learn. You can learn valuable information about their business, which what they like, what they do, what their company mission, their latest news, company history, and also management. You can also know about their client and the industry itself in general. The knowledge that you gain will help you to increase your comfort level and confidence during the interview, because it shows that you come in prepared, and also if you research about the company before you came into the interview, it shows your assignment and your interest about the company. Okay. Also, if you do the research before, if you do research about the company before the interview, it will help you to craft a meaningful question to ask at the end of the session, interview session. Okay. And then research about the company will help you to view the company in a wider lens. Business is not just about the service that you offered or about the product that the company manufacture, but also about the cultural in the company itself and the environment in the company. If you do not uh, research about the company before you go, you will have a limited view about the organization. How this research will help you during the interview is when the interviewer asks you about the question, why do you want to work here? Why do you want this job? It will help you to answer those questions by giving the answer about the thing that you find admirable or interesting about the company. Next.
Okay, another thing you can do is thank you email to the interviewer. Express thanks for the interviewer times. Consider edit something that you and the interviewer discuss while getting to know each other that make the thank you email for more personal. A thank you email indicates that we appreciate the interviewer evaluation. For example, after returning from an interview, we send a thank you email. And next. Ameh, tak dengar Ameh.
Sebenarnya presiden tu tak jadi MVP pun.
Ameh, dekat kita orang tak ada suara Ameh.
Hello, Amir.
Hal ini contohnya kerana bahasa
Okay, the next part will be on 2 minutes, so please stay tuned with us. We are sorry for the inconvenience.
Okay, for the next part is follow dress code. The important thing to consider when you are dressing for a job interview, you should look professional and polished. Even though interview attire depends on the role you are applying, you should go to interview looking neat, tidy, and well dressed. This is to make you to have the best impression towards the company. So to know the dress code, or when you didn't know what the dress code of the company, you can call the office and ask the administrative coordinator, or contact the person that have scheduled the interview and ask them for advice. Next.
Okay, the next one is stay calm and relax. It's okay to be nervous, but don't make it obvious because the interviews also know that you are nervous. So this applies to two process, which is before the interview and during the interview. And of course, after the interview, we will feel relaxed and relieved, right? So firstly, I want to talk about before the interview. Okay, so 1 hour before the interview, you can maybe call your family or friends, talk about some random things, and ask them to wish you a good luck because it's easier to listen to someone else's positive words than your own. And hearing compliments from your family or friends, or maybe your girlfriends or boyfriends, can make you feel less nervous. And okay, next, uh, 10 minutes before the interview, you are waiting for your time. So for Muslims, maybe you can salawat or recite some surah or dua. For non-Muslim also, you can pray before you enter the room for interview. And make sure your body is ready and you feel confident before you enter the room, and enter the room confidently. Then after you enter the room, and we will go to the next process, which is during the interview. Maybe before they start asking you, or before they start the interview, if you are sitting in front of desk and your hands are not visible, you can occupy your hands like twiddling your thumbs, or holding a small object such as pencil, but don't play too much because it can attract more attention to your hands and you can't stay focused on the question. When you are not answering questions, focus on your breathing. Pause for a moment and take a breath, because pausing it gives you more time to put together all the best answer possible. And just keep in mind that interview is just a conversation in a formal situation between you and the interviewers. You just need to answer the question and just be honest about who you are. Okay, the next point is
Okay. The last point for those, which is prepare the question. Okay. To make presentation just one mission candidate, we also can ask the interviewer what can we know about the company. The ask about the company, the the candidate should about the how long the interviewer have been worked in that company. So from that, the interviewer will will look at the candidate like, oh, he wants to know more about the company. He will feel that you are interested about the company. So you must prepare prepare the question for job do, because it will help you to get the job, because it will show you are confident, you are know what you want, and you are know what you want to do in your next type of life. So that's all from do's for job interviewer. For job interview.
I'm sorry. So this is the point for don'ts that you should not, or maybe you can avoid from job interview. The first one is turning up late. It is important to not turning there, showing that you are late. But if something happened on your way to the job interview place, you can apologize to the interviewers, but don't overdo it because it will make a bad impression on you. And keep it positive because bear in mind that if things go well, this is the interviewer or the person that you will either be working for or with, and that's why you need to keep the conversation positive. The next point is
Okay, the next point is poor body language. This is a wrong position. Okay, the next point is poor body language. This is because how we demonstrate respect with the interviewer. This is wrong position. And this is okay. The next point is the poor body language. This is because how we demonstrate respect with the interviewer. For the example, poor body language is very important because some employers are so focused on the beginning of the meeting, such as weak body language. Okay, next.
Next is using full and inappropriate language. According to Wikipedia, profanity is language used that is sometimes deemed impolite, rude, or culturally offensive. This can show a debasement of someone or something, or be considered an expression of strong feeling towards something. This also refers to a lack of respect for things that are held to be sacred, as well as behavior that showing a similar disrespect. To avoid or skip this problem is to always know what you are going to say and show some respect towards the interviewer. Next.
Okay, next is fidgeting with unnecessary prop. Unnecessary prop here we refer to the cell phone, most common thing. First of all, the interviewee should know that it's better to turn off your cell phone before the interview session. Because even a little sound, a small sound in during the interview will distract you. Also the interviewer. Even if you, even if uh, even if during the interview, it suddenly goes, it suddenly make your phone suddenly make sound something. Someone call you or some, someone call you. You should stay calm and excuse to the interview and turn off your cell phone immediately. After that, uh, try to gain back your confidence by focusing on illustrating the interview points with hand gesture and facial expression. So next,
Okay, if you want to go to the job interview, you must don't forget to bring your resume, copies, and other document. For example, a certificate of achievement and a resume, as it can further increase the trust of the interviewer toward us. And it is also that the interviewer sees our effort to get that job position. Just next. The next part will be on the terms isame. Ame, skip another person. Continue. Next point.
Okay. For clear kan? Suara clear kan? Okay. For don't rush to answer. Okay, don't rush to answer, which is for the candidate, when the interviewer asks you the question, first of all, you must take a deep breath and try to cool down first. When you cool down and take a deep breath, you know how to answer the question clearly, and you will take your time first, because you will know how to answer the question. Because if you rush to answer, your answer will be like, it's just to answer the question without point, without the truly point that what the interviewer want to hear from you. So from that, you must slow down and take your time to answer it, because the interviewer will do not mad at you if you take the time. So another point, you must hear the question until done, because you cannot interrupt what the interviewer try to ask you, which means you must hear the question clearly. Then you can answer the question. You cannot interrupt the interview, because it will show that you have the rude attitude, and it will make interviewer feel like he do not want to take you as an employee in that company. So please know this, that you can't rush to answer. You don't rush to answer every question that has been given. So okay, so that's all from our group, from group one. So I will pass this session
Okay, we will pass the next
Suhaila,
reason.
yeah, and Suhaila. So that's all from us. Thank you.
Okay, now the second group will be us, and then we will present about the things to do before job interview. And the first presenter I will pass to Nur Shahinda.
First thing to do before job interview is research about the company. Do the history, values, and mission about the company before going to interview. It will help it will give the interview. We'll also be checking to see how much we know about the company, which can reflect our enthusiasm for working there. Then study the recurring themes from any client, customer, or employee reviews from the official website. By doing this, it also can help us to prepare for in terms of how we can present ourselves, and also shows the interview that we have made the effort to learn about the company before our interview. also can prepare us to answer any questions about the company. So by doing this, by research about the company, we can ask the question in a great way to show that we want to know even more about the company, which is it can indicate that we have a strong interest in working there. So things you can do research about the company by visit the company website, browse the social media, use LinkedIn, Google and Google News, or use your connection if you have in the company. Next. So conduct a mock interview. So conduct a mock interview is a tool that can help you prepare for your next virtual interview, whether is face to face or online. So how we can do a mock interview is find someone that you can trust or has experience in interviewing and conduct a mock interview. By doing the conduct mock interview, it can give an opportunity to practice what to say and do during an interview and get feedback. At the end, we can take any feedback from the interview that can improving our performance. By doing this, by we take the feedback from the interview, we can do the practice again in the next mock interview. So how to prepare mock interview is choose the right mock interview, such as the lectures from our institutions, choose a professional setting, be early if we do a mock interview by face-to-face, bring the necessary items such as resume, relevant certificates, next, dress smart and sharp like the formal attire, prepare answer to common interview question that interview will give. Thanks.
Determine the fastest route on interview. Use useful mobile applications that monitor local traffic and map out the fastest route to your interview. For example, we can use Waze or Google Maps. By using those apps, we can look at what the traffic condition is going to be on that day, and also we can find out what is the best route for us to arrive at our destination early. After that, estimate how long drive will take and leave yourself that amount of the time to get there before leaving. For example, let's say that from your house to the place that you're going to be, interview is around 30 minutes. You should at least leave your house 30 to 40 minutes earlier. And to add to that, you need also to consider when you are going to be interviewed. For example, if you are going to be interviewed early in the morning, you need to consider the working hour where people are going to their working place. Next slide. Print out physical copies of your resume. Even though the interview have your resume, many prefer seeing a physical copy during the interview. Print several copies before the interview in case the interviewer asks for it, so that we don't show to our interview a bad impression. And after that, if the interview asks any question directly related to your resume, you can immediately reference it to address the questions or concern. For example, if the interview asks about your skills or your education background, you can straight away show to the interview on your resume.
For the next point, you should eat a healthy meal before the interview. Okay. You need consider eating a healthy meal several hours before your interview, and you should consider food rich in protein, healthy fat, and fiber, because a poor diet can make you tired or sloppy. Healthy diet will make you more focused, more aware, and help to get rid of those interview nervous. Okay. Example of healthy meal, you can eat food that have fatty acid or omega-3. This food can build brain cell membranes and promote new brain cell formulation. You can find fatty acid in salmons and eggs. Second, you need to have a food that have vitamin B. This food motivations increase energy and motivation level. You can have vitamin B in broccoli and meat. Lastly, you should eat some food that have whole grains. Whole grains foods can increase your mental alertness and focus. You can eat brown pasta or bread for your food. Okay. Next.
Okay, for the next point is prepare a set of questions. In my opinion, we need to prepare a question to ask to the interviewer to make sure that the interviewer will be interested with us. It is because we will be looked that we have the greater interest in the role and want to know more about the company. Moreover, when we ask to the interviewer, we will be seen as an active interviewee. The consider questions such as what is the company culture like? Is there an opportunity for growth in the role? How do you measure employee performance? What is the most challenging aspect of the positions? And the last one is what do you enjoy most about working with the company?
Okay, preparation of documents and certificate. So as first, we need to prepare all of your folders so that we can organize the document that you need to bring neatly, and it shows that you have a soft skill which is employees looking for in candidates. So it's simple things, but it's actually shows that you are neat and organized people. Okay, so for the second one is several copy for your resume. Okay, as Camille has presented, we need to prepare some resume that so that we can give to another manager in case that they didn't have another copies of your resume. So for the third one, business card. If you have a business card, it's really great for you to share to the interviewer. It is because it will make you to be more organized, more recognizable with the manager. So they will consider you as someone who determined and who really need to have a really great job to introduce to people. Okay, for the fourth, work portfolio. Okay, for some work, they should providing some example of work that they've been work on. So they should bring samples to the interview, so it can they can show that which they can show few sample that can help you in sorry, it can. Okay, so you should bring some sample for your work. Okay, for the last one, for the five. Okay, so for the fifth reference. So if it goes well, so manager will ask for your reference, people who recommend you for this job, and they will simply call for these people to acknowledge about you. Okay, the last and next slide. Next slide. Okay, for pen and notepad. Okay, taking notes during your interview, pen and notepad. So during the interview, you can take note for this piece of information that you think that it's really works on your interview. But you can like do it for every time that they've been interviewing you. So like it shows that you are lack of eye contact skills and all that. Okay, so the second one is question. As Nabila has presented, we need to ask few questions to make us like shows that we are actually interested in to be in that job, and we need to demonstrate that understanding the company is really it's really great for someone who wants the job. Okay, and for the eight point talking points. So you need to show some. You need when you're talking about your job, about about yourself to the interviewer. You need to build some confidence and like maybe mention about your skills and do some a little bit of homework about what you need to be taught to the interview, so they will notice that you actually have this strength point in you, and they will acknowledge you. Okay, so the last one, a certificate, which is official academic transcript and official transcript. Again, as you are graduated from high school, SPM, it's sigil that you need to bring result and certificate. And then when you're um, having a diploma, bachelor of diploma, so you should bring your transcript and official degree certificate, and you can add some curricular certificate if you want. Okay, so that's all.
All right, for next is turn off your cell phone off before the interview. This one is pretty simple, but many people fail or forget to do this. Set a reminder in your phone to shut it off before the interview. If you have to, it should be completely off, or you can set it to the vibrate mode. Because that buzzing noise will be distracting and embarrassing mid interview. Likely those phone calls, texts, and emails can wait. Next is shut off your cell phone in your car and leave it there. Okay, then the next point will be practice being without your phone. Okay, many of our cell phone behaviors have become subconscious. We automatically reach for our back pocket to make sure our phone is safely in place, or when someone nearby gets a text alert. Keeping your phone in your car or close in your briefcase will help prevent this. Other than that, practice what it feels like to be phone free for an hour or two. Go out to dinner or go out to dinner a few times with friends or family with your phone turned off and in your bag, as you will during interviews. As a bonus, you may rediscover the pleasure of an uninterrupted conversation. So next slide. Okay, sleep well the night before interview. Make a good night's sleep. Make a good night's sleep your top goal for the night before. Okay, we need a solid 8 hours of sleep to maximize our cognitive performance, our focus, and your ability to handle a stressful situation with confidence. Because if you're well rested and because if you're well rested, you feel more relaxed. Your answer will come more easily, and your fresh appearance and demeanor will make a better impression. And then the second point is give ourselves time to wind down before bed. Okay, if possible, prepare for the interview in the preceding days, so we're not cramming the night before. If we are forced to prepare at the last minute, stop at least an hour before bedtime. Okay, like turn the lights down, turn off all screens, get ready for bed slowly and calmly, and have a cup of caffeine-free tea or a bed to help yourself relax and unwind. All right, next slide and present.
Okay, for the next point, clean and press your clothes. At least a day before your interview, ensure you have a clean set of clothes. This can help you to iron your clothes properly, and you can choose a suitable cloth for you to wear to the job interview. Next, iron and press formal clothes such as dress pant and dress shirt. You, you cannot go for your job interview if you have many wrinkles in your shirt. It will give a bad impression to the interviewee towards you. Additionally, take makeup and perfume for small touch-up just before your interview if necessary. If you're already confident with your makeup, so you don't need to bring it at all. Next. The last thing to do before the job interview is dress for the role. Choose a set of clothes that are appropriate for the role. Don't wear jeans or t-shirt for your job interview. Please keep in mind that you are going for a job interview, not for a holiday. For the best result, choose clothes that are step above the role normal standard. This can make you shine than other candidates who come for the job interview. For example, if the role requires business casual attire, choose business professional attire for the interview, including a suit and tie or skirt and blouse. These are a few examples that women and men can dress for their job interview. Okay, next.
All right, that's all from our groups, and the next group will be presented.
Okay, before we start the presentation, we would like to say for those who are watching us, thank you for viewing us, and feel free to ask a question on the live chat. Okay, uh, we are from group 3. We like to share a few tips and things you have to do during your interview session. So this is our group members. So my name is Mama Anwar Fizi bin Mama Asri. My matrix number is F1016.
Shakira.
Yeah.
Azalia. Azalia.
Yes, yes. Okay. Okay, my name is Azalia Bizinuddin and my matrix number is F1001. Okay, next.
And my name is Nur Hazira binti Nasaruddin. My matrix is F1006.
My name is Nurfara Akila binti Miskun. My matric number F1019.
And my name is Nur Fatihah binti Mustafa. My matrix number is F1027.
My name is Nur Izzatul Izzati binti Suilan. My matric number is F1037.
Okay, this is table of content that consists of how to answer job interview question, small talk, and the last point is question to ask. So we move to first content, which is how to answer job interview question.
So I will talk about key details during interview session. So before that, for your information, this key detail is very important for your interview session. So I will tell you about the key details. The first point is applicant confidence, which is you have to be more confident during your interview session because you want to show to the interviewer that you are ready for the job. And the second point is make sure you get ready your mental and physical because in the interview maybe interviewer will ask you a question that the question that out of context, so maybe so you have to make sure that your physical and mental is ready to answer the question. And the third point is always smile because smile will make us feel more confident to going through the interview session. And the important point is eye contact with the interviewer. It is important to have a good eye contact with the interviewer because it will show you that you are a confident people to eye contact with the interviewer and people. So the second point is know how to speak and reply. So before I talk about the know how to speak and reply, we will show you one video. Farah, no sound.
How to share the sound?
Maybe you can share with the sound.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, sorry.
So,
All right. Based on the video, the first point is body language. This is you have to be more careful with your body language because based on body language, people can know who you are. So make sure your body language is your impression is happy because you want to show that you're happy to go into the interview. So the second point is make sure you answer all the question correctly because during the interview, maybe the interviewer will ask you a question out of your context. So you have to make sure you are in a ready and answer the question correctly. So the the third, I have to make sure you use a good intonation with the interviewer because It will make the interviewer feel more comfortable with you, and they will want to listen more from you. And the last point is make sure when you talk, your talk is clear, because it will make your statement can be understanding and can be understand and maybe the interviewer uh, will know about what are you want to talking about. So next.
Okay, the next point is being bilingual is an advantage. Why being bilingual is an advantage? Because of if we as a candidate, as an applicant, know more than one language, so it's an advantage to us because we can be a top list of candidates. So the potential the interviewer to look for us is higher than other candidate. If we, for example, if we just know only bahasa Malaysia and English, so we must fluent in English language because nowadays all interview usually use English language, so we must fluent the language. But if we know more than one more than two languages, so we know for example, we know bahasa Malaysia, we know English, we know Chinese, so it's a very big advantage to us actually, because it makes us more potential to get the job, because for some the interviewer, the company that we apply the job love to find their employee, their employer, because they have bilingual language, because company wants to hire versatile employer to speak other language and navigate employee who can work in different culture. Okay, next is being knowledgeable is an advantage. Why being knowledgeable is an advantage? Because we can, the company will know that we as a candidate interest to work with them. For how we want to be knowledgeable. Okay, for example, we can have information about the company. We know about the background of the company, so we can share the background. So from that, in the interviewer know that we really see the job that we want, and we want to work with them. Okay. Next.
Okay, for the last point is be responsive and communicative person. During the interview session, the applicant must show a positive response and be able to communicate well. So the character of an applicant must be a sensitive person, not sensitive like alert person, and always answer question when asked by the interviewer. So to show that the applicant is a communicative person, they are required to ask some questions such as how to development of a company, say hello to the interviewer, and you can ask some question that have to do with the company. So applicants are also encouraged to have a small talk session with the interviewer. So next, we move to second content. Oh, sorry.
Okay. Next is how to answer the most common interview question. Okay. First question is, usually the interviewer will ask, please could you tell me a little bit about yourself? Okay. How to answer this question? Okay. we must tell the answer briefly. Interviewers are usually looking to discover what makes us good and fit for the job that we apply. So we can start by describe our background, by tell about ourselves, tell about our family, and make a summary about the best impressive responsibilities that we have. Okay, then we can share about our uh, our characteristic, our capabilities, then and qualities that align with the skill. So this if we share it, the interviewer will believe that we are required to the job that we apply. We also can tell the interviewer about our experience and our achievement that we had that we get during our previous job or during our study, maybe about previous experience that we achieved. So from that, the interviewer will know that our capabilities and we are suitable to apply the job. Okay, second question, usually the interviewer will ask is, what is the reason for leaving your previous job? Okay, we need to we need to prepare truthful and ensure that just to be honest, but avoid saying anything that could be self-harming. We need to answer the question, give interview by giving the interviewer confidence that we being deliberate about this job change. We need to make the interviewer confidence that we leave the previous job not because of uncertain reason or because of we are fired, but we leave the previous job. God. We leave the previous job because
Continue.
Okay, we can continue with third most common interview question, which is what salary are you expecting from this position? Okay, for this question, no employer wants you are expecting more than is usual for the job role, but they want you to aim lower than average at average, and this shows that you don't have ambition. So the best way to answer this question is to say that it is negotiable. So because if you are in any doubt as to what is reasonable, it is important to research the salaries of other people in this role. So next, what goals and ambition do you have for the future? Okay, this question may also come in other wordings such as, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? But in essence, the answer should be the same, and that is to explain what you hope to have achieved within your career and in particular, the role you are applying for. And you can talk about improving skills and learning new ones, and you can explain how you plan to reach any goals you have to state. So next.
So next will be usually some companies we ask you a tricky question. For example, they might ask, what is your main weakness? So on this question, you have to be more cautious because we who answer the question, you don't have to tell about your weakness because for any human being, all human have a weakness, so you don't have to tell them about your weakness, but you demonstrate and show to them how you overcome your weakness. So remember, this is maybe a tricky question. So remember to do not tell your weakness, but demonstrate how you overcome your weakness. So next, the question, why are you the best candidate for this position? So to answer this question, maybe the applicant need to sell themselves. It means that uh, you stand out from the crowd. You show what you can do, what your ability. So that do not be shy to share with the interviewer what you can do. So maybe based on your answer, you can get trust for your from your interviewer. Now next.
So next is small talk. Small talk are like an informal conversation. It is commonly used when talking to someone we don't know well on social network and event. So next. So next is strategies how to make small talk. This is 4 strategies that I have compiled. So first is ask open-ended question. Second is practice active listening. Third is put away cell phone. And fourth is show enthusiasm. So for first is ask open-ended question. Most people enjoy talking about themselves. It is more easier to discuss yourself than something you know a little about. Ask open-ended question is related to the most common question when interviewer, such as uh, how talk about yourself and what motivates you. So you need to answer you need to answer with more calm and more relaxed. So better you talk about yourself than something you don't know. The second is practice active listening. It is tempting to tune out occasionally, but you will forge much stronger connection if you pay more attention. Third is put away cell phone. We tend to put all sorry we are, we tend to pull out our phones when we are feeling uncomfortable or awkward in social situation, but nothing will sabotage your conversational effort more quickly. If you turn off your phone, uh, you will not be distracted. You will be not sorry. You will be not distracted by something else. So and the interviewer will not listen the vibrate the or the ring. Last but not least is show enthusiasm. Small talk might not always be the most stress-free activity. However, if you go into it with the right attitude, you can actually have fun. So, last from me, you need to be more relaxed and calm when and be more talkative, but in good way, but in a good way. So you will be uh so with that you can less nervous and be more confident about it. So next.
Okay, thank you, Fatiha. Okay, for the next points is motor topics. Okay, so having a good small topic, it does not help you to kick off great conversations, okay, it also relieves some of the anxiety of walking into an unknown environment. So if you have a topic that you want to discuss, I think it's good for you to start a conversation or you start a talk, okay? So there is some suggestions for you, is some suggestions topic for you, okay? In slide is there a 6 points, 6 topic, but if you search in Google, maybe you can find more than 6 topics, okay? So in slide you can see the topic is the suggestion of topic. The first is location of venue, entertainment, food, hobbies, sport, and travel. Okay. So for the first, okay. So the first is location of venue. Okay. So for the location of venue is you discuss your surrounding. You discuss your surrounding. Okay. And okay. For example, in one place. Okay. So you look what is the place look like. Or in office you can look what kind of workplace that you are look like. You describe. Maybe you are impressive or not about the workplace, the just place. Okay. Okay. So the second is entertainment. Okay. Maybe you can talk about what you have enjoyed lately. For example, maybe movies or some entertainments like music, like TV shows, and etc. Okay. The third is food. Okay, food is one of the most the best small talk topics. Since almost everyone loves to eat. Okay, so for the food, maybe you can recommend the best dishes to try, or you can recommend the best place to eat, the best restaurant in some nearby place. Okay, so the next is hobbies. Hobby is maybe you can ask, maybe you can talk what activities you do during a free time. What are some new hobbies that you can find in during time, especially when during MCO. Okay. Okay. So the next is sports. Okay. For the sports, okay, maybe you can ask the favorite sports. Maybe you can sharing with interviewer the best maybe you are the fans of the football clubs, okay, and etc. Okay, the last is travel. Last but not least is travel. Okay, not everyone you speak with will be a word traveler, but you can asking if they are traveler anywhere interesting lately, can open a world of possibilities. Okay. Okay, so in my opinion, okay, I think, okay, like Fatihah said, okay, a small talk topic is informal conversations, okay. So in my tips, okay, you add the interview, you assume interviewer is as your friends, as your old friends, okay, and then okay, so or other than that, maybe you can also from now you can be more friendly, being talkative, like maybe you can when your friends is post the story, post the status in WhatsApp or Instagram, maybe you can reply their story as to improve it, and how you can become be more friendly. Okay, so that's it. Okay, next I will pass it to the next presenter.
Okay. Next, we move to the question to ask the interviewer after the interview. Okay, first, we can ask the interviewer about what quality are needed to this position. It will help you to understand what are the company's expectation, and it will help the candidate to be a successful employee if they are hired. Second, who would I work with? This is the important way the candidate must have to ask the interviewer to understand the reporting structure of organization or department chart of the company. If the candidate is hired, they are already know about the company reporting structure or department organization. Okay, for that, how will the job performance be evaluated? Candidate can ask the interviewer about the target such as KPI and how it will be measured. It doesn't matter if you are hired or not, because it's just a simple question to ask the hiring manager, because it will help you to get ready if you are be hired. Okay. Fourth, what are the next steps after the interview? Main objective of this part is to know if have a second interview after next. Okay. Next, I pass this presentation to Hazira.
Okay, thank you, Izatul. And next, I want to share about sample question. And number 5 is who do you consider you main competitor? You can, because it can help to identify the company main competitor. You should know about the company main competitor, but it can be useful to ask your interviews for their thoughts. And next, what is the biggest challenge facing the company right now? It's to able to identify the problems, and that's the company is facing. Because this question can help you to uncover issue in the industry and possible identify the problems where you can help. And next, can you tell me more about the responsibilities of the jobs? Can decide whether the job apply for is in with your line. Because to learn about the role, so you can decide if this is a job you really want. With that, we will learn about the specific skill required. And lastly, can you describe the culture of the company? It is because to ensure we can last a long time in the company, and make sure you are comfortable with the environment of the company, because you will face it for the rest of your life. And time are never us, and I hand back to my team, Shakira Alwi. Thank you.
Okay, that's all from our group. So I would like to invite the next group, which is group Izani Atika. So thank you.
Can you guys see the PowerPoint?
Yes, yes. Okay, continue.
Okay, thanks. I'll try again. Sorry. So, did you guys can see the
Yes,
PowerPoint?
yes. All right.
Yes.
Is it
Yes, we can see the slide.
Is it moving?
Fine.
Okay, thanks.
So hi and good afternoon. We are from Group 4, which is we present about things to do after job interview. Okay, in this presentation, we will provide you guys some information about what you have to do after job interview. Next.
Okay, next slide.
Next slide. Okay, this is our content. First, ask for the next step and contact. Second, wait for the next interview. Third, write information from first interview. Fourth, send thank you email. Fifth, connect on social media business network. Six, don't do too much follow up. Next. 7, ensure your social media posts. And lastly, not be overconfident. So for the first point, I'll invite Jaya.
Thank you, Izani. For the first thing that candidate must do after the interview is ask for the next steps and contact. When candidates finishing an interview, obviously it's critical to get the information from the hiring manager and ask for the next steps. This may result in learning the window of the time for making decision rather than asking what are the next steps. And also candidates can try to ask some questions that will give more information, like how many days do you think you need to make a decision, or will be there a second interview, and if so, when will be notifying candidates moving forward. So the candidates can ask this kind of questions to the interviewer. Next, present by Farid.
Okay, the next point is wait for the next interview. This is defining as the second interview if you get a job. The first thing that you can do before before going to for the second interview is picking up new skills according to your job position. For example, you are applying for scope in salesperson, so you can you can learn about how to communicate more efficiently with your teammate, or efficiently communicating with your colleague. You can also pick some skills about public speaking. Public speaking is obviously speaking to the public. So in if you are getting a hang of public speaking, this can score you any any chance that the manager or your supervisor will give to you for you to be the leader of a group. Okay, the second thing that you can do while waiting for the second interview is, if you have a connection in the company, for example, you have your auntie or you have your uncle in the company, they can speak to the hiring manager on your behalf. For example, they can ask the hiring manager whether you get the job or they are still considering to take you as the salesperson or as any of the job roles given. This can give you the information for you to keep moving forward. Whether you want to continue the job, or you can go move for the other interview in other company. So you did not strict your time. You do not waste your time on one company at a time. Second point will be present by my friend. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Farid. Next slide, Farid. Okay, the third point is write information from first interview. What is the answer to the interviewer's question, and what can say and cannot say during interview? All right, as we know, majority company will do 2 interview session, and as we know, majority company will do 2 interview session to candidates who selected. Okay, we have to make our first interview the best interview and also as experience, because the first interview will be our experience. Like based on our first interview, we can make and have to be more better and more best in the second interview. So it is compulsory for us to always take note all the important things that interviewer tell us, especially about the company, such as objective, mission, and vision of the company. For example, if interviewer tell us that for now, example like their company sells glove, and for future the company want to sell handkerchief. So it will make us alert about what they say, and they will attract to hire us work with them, because it will make us interesting about their company. Okay, for second, as I mentioned at the first point, we can learn from our first interview. In this point, we have to alert what interviewer tell us for what can and cannot us to say during interview session. First interview is so important for us to learn from mistake, so that we can upgrade ourselves and do better in next interview. Okay, next I invite Jubaida.
Okay, thank you for Izani for that point. Okay, for the fourth point is send thank you email to the hiring manager. Within 24 hours of the interview, you should be send them a thank you letter to them, either is it and a handwriting formal, not gift card or email, kind of email. Okay. First step to write a thank you email is first correct a clear subject line. Okay, when you write a email letter, no puns, no jokes, go straight to the point. It's only way to make sure your thank you email get it open. For example, the line first title must be a thank you for the time and advice. Simple as that.
Okay. Second step is open with a personal greeting. Address the hiring manager directly by the name because you must know that the hiring manager name because they use a tag or they introduce their name. If if your interviewer with more than one person, send personally thank you notes to them, each of them. Okay. Okay. Third step is express your uh, appreciation. Okay. Sorry. Thank you. Since it's a thank you email, open with a thank you. Be sincere and authentic when expressing gratitude or appreciation. Show that you care about the time to the interviewers spend with your describing the detail with your position. To see what I mean, check out the wrong example above again. See how many personal pronouns the candidate use. It doesn't read like sincere thank you, more like I know I am awesome, like do more great thank you email. Okay. Fourth step is restate that your interest in the job. During the interview, your further employer you are the further employer wants to make sure you're the right fit for the company, but they also want to know you're genuinely eager to join. Make sure to mention that in your thank you email. If the interview made you realize the job is not right for you, clearly state that in your thank you email. The hiring manager will appreciate your honesty, plus you will have them to save the time. Okay. Fifth step is refer to something specific you discussed during an interview and make an offer. Identify what particularly interesting to you about the position and explain why you want that position. This way you will make your email after an interview feel personalized. Refer to the skill and experience and show how you going to use them to help your future employer get what they want. Okay. Six, the last one is close with a professional sign off. Thank them again. Sign off with a sincerely synonym followed by your full name, or before the full name you can do a sign and your full name. Below, put your basic contact detail, number phone or email address, or optionally add extra link, your LinkedIn or Twitter or personal website or Instagram. Okay. And okay, that's it. Thank you. Okay, the next presenter, Jaya Shrika.
Okay, the fifth point is connect. The fifth point is connect on social media business network. If you are on any business networking social site, you can contact with your interviewer after the interview. If they accept your request, it could be an indicator that they are interested in learning more about you. This is moreover, this is an essential part of growing your goals network. Even if you end up in a different position with a different company, you can growing your network is beneficial and helps you to stay poised future opportunities. Next, we'll present by Ain.
Okay, so the sixth point is don't do too much follow up. First is don't overwhelm your potential employer with multiple message and phone call. Making calls and message on a regular basis is somewhat annoying and unprofessional. In addition, it can give a negative role response. Uh, for example, if you are hiring manager, you will be disturbed by the attitude of the interview who are frequently asked for updates. So if you are keep asking for the position, or you are keep asking or you are keep disturbing the prospective employer, they will get annoyed with you, and some kind of is unprofessional for someone who are diploma graduate, fresh graduate diploma. So second is you should ask the hiring manager when you can expect to hear back and when it's appropriate to reach out if you haven't heard from them, but for only one or two times, which is example, after browsing the web company, maybe you can browsing their own web company, and still if there are no update from them, or no update from hiring manager, we must take a wise action by making a call or message. But at the same time, please be make sure that the time that we are looking is a suitable time, like not in the late night, like after then 12 a.m. 12 p.m. 12 a.m. we are still message the hiring manager, or like lunchtime. So it's kinda a bit disturbing for them. So if we want to chat or we want to call, please be make sure that the time is suitable, and the time is the person can reach you. So next presenter will go to Azlini.
Okay, 7 points is ensure your social media posts. Okay, first point, do not start posting anything about the interview, mainly about the interviewers, which can be noticeable as a lack of confidence or professionalism. Number two, remain professional attitude on social media at all times, not just while you applying to jobs. For example, do not post on social media about the company weakness or secret. Second example, do not post pictures or a video that involves a sensitive issue such as riot, political and religion, because the company not only evaluate your performance in interview resume, but also evaluate your attitude when you're using the social media. Third point, a professional and polished online presence is important regardless of your career stage. So the next presenter by Arfa.
Not be overconfident. First, the log poll after the interview is always assuming as the company hosting you or the best better candidate. People in the company need to find time to meet and discuss your interview after you left. Even if just one person met with you, they will probably share their thoughts with their team, their boss, HR, and they need to compare you against the other candidates they are considering it. So it always takes some time to do what to. Next, there always a chance for you to apply for any other job interview in other company. It can increase the chance of you landing a new position in another company. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. As perfect as this job may seem, it's still a good idea to keep applying and interviewing for other open positions. You can also make a plan for how you want to follow up with the company after the interview. Next, I want to Ain.
So that's all from us. Next, we invite Group 5 to present their topic, which is job interview question, and answer leader is Safwan bin Rozamani.
Okay. So can you guys see the?
Can you guys see the slide actually? Do you guys see it?
Yes, can see.
All right, thank you.
Slideshow is that?
So proceed. Slideshow. All right, done. Okay, proceed.
Okay.
Hey, excuse me, do you guys can hear me?
Yeah,
Yes,
Very well.
perfectly fine.
Yeah, switch on the camera. My camera doesn't want to switch on.
Yes.
Please excuse me, rest the slide.
Okay, so can proceed our session. Yeah, can you see it?
Okay. Yes. Perfect. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So we will continue to our next presentation. Okay. So today, before we start, I would like to introduce myself first. My name is Shazwan Sufi bin Said. My number metric is 08PR19F1031.
Okay, hi. My name is Aisha Amira binti Muhammad Azhar, and my matric number is F1007.
Hello, my name is Siti Nadira. My number matrix is 08DPR19F1012.
Okay, hello. My name is Safwan Mirozamani, and my number matrix is 08 DPR 89F1013.
Okay, hi guys. Okay, so my name is Nur Iza binti Ismail and my matrix number is 08 DPR19F1021. Okay, next.
Okay, my name is Nur Ainatul Shazdiana. My matric number F1032.
Okay, hi, my name is Nurul Amiza Fazina binti Muhammad Amin, and my matric number is 08 DPR19F1039.
Okay. So we would like to present you the first one is about the introductions, and second, 7 typical job interview question and answer. Next. So the introduction, a job interview is a conversation which occurs between a potential employer and a job applicant. During the job interview, the employer has the opportunity to appraise applicant qualification, appearance, and general fitness for the job opening. So this is one of the introduction. Next, 7 typical job interview questions and answer. So I would like to give my presenter. Next presenter is my friend Safwan bin Rozaman.
Okay. Hi guys. Okay. First question is, what are you looking for in candidate? Okay. Now, how to answer? We can give the quality answer for yourself and what value that you can give to them because the interviewing wants to find a candidate who have the ability to give 100% when working with them. Okay, so this is the first one, and the answer is I am more attract to candidate who have a positive attitude as well as even more skill to lead because it covers all things. That because the skill requires discipline, and the most important thing is action. If no action, the work that have given will not complete and delay. Okay. So that's it. Next presenter.
Okay, for the second common question during job interview, which is what are your goals for the future? So this is the way how to answer the question. It's the best way to this question. The best way to handle this question is to examine your current career path and how this will help you to reach your long-term goals. Okay, so for the answer, you can talk like, I would like to continue developing my marketing expertise. If you are working on marketing department, marketing expertise over the next several years. One of the reasons I'm interested in working for a fast-growing startup company is that I will have the ability to multitasking and collaborate with many different departments. And then I believe this experience will serve me well in achieving my ultimate goal of someday leading a marketing department. So next.
Okay guys, so this is my point, my example of question. Okay, as we all know that in this world we all have a lot of question. So this is one of the question. Okay, employer may ask about your weakness to see if you have a sense of self-awareness and how you are working to improve. Okay, so the question is, what's your biggest weakness? So the answer is one week. Okay, the example of the answer of that question. Okay, from that question, okay, one weakness I've been working on is my ability to provide constructive criticism. I understand how providing feedback on work or project that could have been handled better is extremely valuable. To improve on this, I'm writing down my feedback before I approach my colleagues. This helped me to plan out my answer, give the best criticism possible, and be less nervous. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, actually, I want to share one example that I found at TikTok application, but I'm so sorry because I can't share it. Okay, I can't share the content because I can't insert the video in this slide. Okay, so I will tell you guys, I will tell my viewers. Okay, the video about job interview. So uh, they pretend like they are in interview. So the HR, the human resource, ask that people. Okay, so what is your witnesses? Okay, so she replied that she always break the deadline. So the tips that I get from the video, that is don't tell your negative. Okay, even if that is your weakness, but don't tell the negative. Make it positive. Make it positive by sandwich theories. They use sandwich theories, which is positive, negative, positive. So that's mean you can tell that you always break the deadline, but you are the creative people. Okay, you are the creative people. So that you break the deadline, but so put the positive vibes, which is you can say that you always make the notes to make sure that you are not break the deadline. Okay, that's all from me. So I'm going to pass to next presenter.
Okay, thank you, Aisha. Okay, first of all, so what are the common weaknesses encountered during the interview session? Okay, yes, the dreaded job weakness interview question. As you prepare for your interview, you may be considering which question the employer is going to ask. So while there's no way for sure what topics will be covered, every interview is different and their exact questions may vary. By preparing answers for this common interview question, you can develop compelling talking about points to make a great impression during your next job interview. So here one of the most commonly asked interview question with how to answer, an example answer that you can expect to be asked, and you have to be prepared. Okay, the question is, what can you do for us that other candidates can't? How to answer? Emphasize what makes you unique when you're asked. What can you do for us that other candidates can't? This will take an assessment of your experiences, skills, and traits. So the answer is, I have a unique combination of strong technical skills and the ability to build strong customer relationships. This allows me to use my knowledge and break down information to be more user-friendly. Thank you.
Okay, next point is, next question is, do you have any question? Okay, this might be
Aina, she have a problem line. Maybe
Continue, please. Someone.
continue.
Moving on.
Okay, then next. Okay, this.
Sorry. Okay.
Okay, next. Okay, this is the common question that the interviewer will ask you when in the session. Why do you want to work here? So, how to answer? Basically, the best way is to prepare for this question is to do your homework, learn about the product, service, mission, history, and culture of this workplace. So, for example, the answer is the company's mission to help college grads pay off their student loan debt resonate with me. I've been in student loan debt myself and would love the opportunity to work with a company that's making a difference. Finding a company with a positive work environment and values that align with my own has remained a priority throughout my job search, and this company ranks at the top of the list. So that's how you answer the questions. Next, we move to the next presenter.
All right. Thank you, Sophie. So let's begin. Let's be move to the next question, which is the last typical questions, which are, what are your salary requirements? Okay, so as a fresh graduate candidate, you never share your requirement as a fresher. Okay, so next, if you are the experienced candidate, you can share your expected salary. So third guide how to answer is, always say as per the company norms of for the job. Okay, so and of course you should always say that. Okay, so the company will more interest with you.
Okay, so let's go through to the best sample answer, which first is for the fresh graduate. Okay, so the sample answer is, I am a fresher. Salary is not first priority for me. This is a big platform to start my career, and I also want to improve my knowledge and skill and gain experience. So I expect a considerable of salary according to my ability and your company's norms, which will fulfill my economical needs. So this is a sample answer, the best sample answer for as a fresh graduate. Okay, so let's move on to the experience and experienced candidates, which I have 7 years of experience in marketing field. So this answer is based on what is your qualification. Okay, so still I am expecting salary as company's norm as per my designation and my qualification and experience, which can help me to maintain the standards of level of my personal and economical needs. Okay, so that is 7 typical question and answer for the job interviews. Okay, so that's all from us. Thank you so much for listening. Okay.
Okay, so thank you so much to all the presenters. Can all of us just give a big round of applause to ourselves, especially to all these 33 students who have presented successfully, okay, on job interview, purposed to provide our viewers and also job seekers ahead with some information hopefully would be beneficial to them in their job hunting journey. Okay, so before we end, we would like to ask our viewers or even DPR for yourself, if you have any questions at all, please don't be shy to hit them in our live chat in YouTube. Do you have any questions regarding job interview? All these students are waiting for questions and they are eager to answer you. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them. Is there any? Shall we give a little bit of time? Okay, are there any? Do you see any questions? Well, while waiting for the questions, we'd just like to thank all our viewers, our family members who are supporting, and thank you to all friends over here who are with DPR4, especially we have Teacher Shikin over here. Hi, just a shout out to you. Okay, thank you for supporting your brother and also this class on job interview. Thank you so much. And then we also have, earlier on we had Mr. Lee and also Kok, I think, Asin. Okay, so Madam Sin, thank you so much for supporting the students. And most importantly, Darren here, okay, who has been with us, I think, throughout the whole presentation itself. Okay, so thank you for your view and thank you for your support. So, okay, we have one question here for the students. Would you all choose dream job or the right job first? Okay. So this sounds familiar, isn't it, DPR4? Okay, so any takers from DPR4, would you like to answer this question? Would you all choose dream job or the right job first? Okay, DPR4, to you. Anyone who'd like to answer?
I've answered this question before. In my opinion, dream job always comes second after your first job. Dream job is what you want to do after you have stabilized your life first. You have made a stable foundation in your life. For example, your income, your experience, your knowledge about certain scope of job. So in my opinion, dream job always comes second after your first job.
Okay, thank you so much. And that was Farid to all the viewers. Okay, he is also the class representative of this marketing class. Okay, any more takers or perhaps a different perspective of the answer to this question? Anyone else from the class who would like to answer? Can we have one more to perhaps share your view?
Can I mind?
Was it Iza?
It becomes more manageable. So we can do it our, yeah, me. The options linking so or so for me the trick is comfort because if we work in our also more enjoy.
I think Iza's connection is a little bit poor right there. But to Darren especially, who asked the question, and all the viewers, she will also answer the question in the chat box. Okay, since we don't really manage to capture what she said because of the poor connection. Okay, so Iza, would that be all right? Yeah, will you try to answer the question in the top chat? In the chat. Yeah. Okay, so do answer the question in the chat box. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Iza. What about the rest? Anyone with perhaps a different opinion, or maybe you like to echo what Farid say on whether you would prefer choosing a dream job or the right job first? Anyone else?
Okay, I want to try.
Okay, sure.
Okay, for me, the right job, the explanation is good for me. But if you want for the dream job, you must work for your skill, for your leadership, or what technique that you can get the dream job, because the dream jobs it highly demands on the value for their company and their workers. So we must work hard and polish our skill for getting our dream jobs. But it's okay if we cannot get our dream job. We can use the experience at the right job for us to polish our skill too, and still upgrade until we accomplish our mission or our dreams. Okay, that's it.
Okay, so that was Safwan. To our viewers, thank you so much, Safwan, for your matured answer. Okay, and any more who would like to answer, or is that all?
Madam, can I try?
Oh yeah, sure. Okay, we have Azlini over here who's going to take the same question. All right, Azlini, to you.
Okay, my opinion, the dream job is always come first because my ambition, I want to become a military. I want to become the army actually. But at SPM, I apply for university military, but I cannot get it. I cannot get because of my
illness, I have asthma, so I cannot get that. So, but wherever people talk about so I cannot get to military school, but I will try hard to get to the enlisting military, because that was my ambition. And when I hard work to do that, to the what when I do something that I like, so that give me confident, that give me confident and inspired that I will do better with with my dream job. That's all.
Okay, thank you so much, Azlini. And any one last one? Or is that all? Anyone last one? Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Sure. All right. Okay. So the last one, to answer this question, thank you, Aisha Amira. So to you.
Yeah. Okay. I think I agree with Farid's answer, because dream job comes second from first job. Okay, is it right? Okay. Because I think but actually if we choose dream job, it also can make us happy. Okay, is it very work for us to happy in our life in work? Okay, so but what if I choose the right job but I doesn't happy with that job? So it doesn't make my life, happy, best, feeling best. But if I want to catch my dream job, so I need to improve. I need to improve my skill and everything to catch my dream job. Yeah, but I still agree with Farid. Dream job comes second.
Okay, all right. So thank you, Aisha Amira. And for all the responses and answers to the question, I'm so happy that they are so matured, and you do consider all the areas before settling on an answer. From all these answers, one particular element that we can see is that students continuously focus on what it's called continuous improvement. So whether you decide to look for your dream job first or the right job first, what matters here is that you continuously improve, be it in your knowledge, be it in your experience, or be it in your skills. And when you do that, I believe the answer will always be the one that makes you happy, contented, and satisfied. Okay, so thank you to all DPR4. I don't think there are any more questions. So thank you for that question. I believe it's going to be a resounding one, okay, for all these students, even after this job hunting class, to continuously think and ponder upon whether should they choose their dream job first or right job. Okay, so before we end the presentation for today, just a little bit on some pointers or notes for all of us to live by, especially to all the marketing students here and also our viewers, especially those who are job hunting and who are seeking for the right job or your dream job. Okay, so let us just see. There are 5 altogether. Okay, so from all the presentations that we have watched and seen today, we can easily and simply conclude that in order to attend a job interview, you always need to look sharp and you need to be well prepared. Okay, so in terms of preparation, you have to prepare on what you already know, which means your knowledge, what you can do, which means your skill, and who you are as a person in terms of your behavior. Okay, by knowing specifically about your knowledge, about your skills, and who you are, which means your character or behavior. This will further prepare you to answer any questions in any job interviews. Okay, so that's first. Number two, in order to answer questions, it is proposed that all of you can actually use the STAR method. So the STAR method simply means S stands for situation, T stands for target, A stands for action, R stands for result. And this STAR method has been widely used by many job seekers. Okay, so what does this STAR method mean is that, for instance, if you have perhaps a challenging question that asks about your weakness. What is your weakness? So you can answer by first stating the situation. So maybe you might want to say, oh, you know, when I was a student in the Polytechnic, you know, I always find myself struggling with English, especially in presentation. That's a situation. Okay, next you can move on by saying, talking about your target. What is the target? Which means, what is the target solution to that situation? The solution is you have to improve, you have to get better. So continue by saying, and I realized that it is very important for me to improve because presentation skills is extremely important, especially to a marketing position. Okay, next, A is what again? A is action, isn't it? So continue by saying what you are going to do or what you are doing in that particular solution with that particular situation. So answer, continue by answering. So with that, you know, I've signed up for many online classes. I even took a course from Coursera on presentation skills. And so far, I find myself improving in my confidence, in my self-esteem, and in my knowledge on how to present well. Next, continue and sealing it by stating the result. And for now, for any presentations that I have to do, I can say that I am confident. Okay, or if there's a measurement, perhaps you have undertaken a test, you may say, and for now with that, the current presentation skills test that I undertook last month, I did not fail. In fact, I got an A or I got a B, and that's it. Okay, so the STAR method will help you to answer any job interview questions. And when they ask you, do you have any questions? Like all my students over here said that do not skip asking questions. Ask the employer's question, because the moment you ask questions, it shows that you are interested, okay, in the company. Number 3, research the company. You cannot attend a job interview without knowing the company. Get as much details as you can about the company. And there are many resources available on the internet to help you with that. You can always check them out in LinkedIn. You can always Google their company. You can always even look for reviews about the company through perhaps Indeed and so on. Number 4, you know, as what I will tell you from now on, you will grow over time through experiences. There will never be one job interview you ever face in your life and that's it, and that is the most successful one. No. A job interview process is not linear. It is cyclical, full of ups and downs. And perhaps sometimes you will feel rejected at certain point. But do not fear job interviews. View them as an opportunity to leave a positive impression and also impact, because you don't know when and where in the future you will meet your interviewers again. And perhaps, you know, being rejected the first time does not mean in the future you will be rejected. You might revisit the company again with a higher position or more lucrative package deal, you know, that they will offer you. And this time round, you will be able to seal them, and they might even remember you. Okay, so do not fear rejection. Do not fear job interviews. And lastly, people, enjoy your job interview. See them as a positive opportunity, okay, for yourself to see where you stand, and also for the company to get to know you. And for that, people, that wraps up a few 5 notes to remember by, or perhaps to live by, whenever you face job interview. And lastly, on behalf of DPR4, thank you so much for joining us for our job interview presentation for today. And before we say goodbye, shall we have all the cameras switched on so that you may recognize and see all these wonderful faces who have presented on job interview today? Can you perhaps switch on your camera and say bye? Okay, can you please switch on your camera? Okay, everyone. So please
Bye. Thank you for watching our
marketing
live.
students from Polytechnic Sultan Salahuddin Abdul Azizah. And my name is Miss Shireen, the lecturer. And that's all for today. Bye-bye. Thank you, everyone. Have a
Thank
good
you.
day.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you for your time.